Hi students, welcome to Karthik Chemistry channel. Today I am going to explain you compounding of rubber. In the previous class I have explained you processing of natural rubber, processing of rubber structure, processing of natural rubber. So I put the link in description box, you can find there. So now I am going to explain you about the compounding of rubber. Okay, compounding of rubber. So like compounding of plastic, adding of some ingredients to the raw rubber for getting some desired properties to the rubber article during fabrication process, it is called compounding. Okay, what is compounding? Adding of some ingredients to impart some desired properties for fabricated articles. For getting some desired properties, we should add some ingredients. Okay, adding of some ingredients or incorporation of some ingredients to the raw rubber is called compounding of rubber. Okay, so see here adding of some ingredients. Here the vital role played in compounding of rubber is vulcanizing agents, that means adding of sulfur. Okay, adding of sulfur, plasticizers, fillers, antioxidants, pigments, lubricants. Okay, so adding of these all materials for getting some desired properties to the raw rubber is called compounding of rubber. What is compounding of rubber? Rubber plus some ingredients is compounding of rubber. So the vital role played in the case of rubber is vulcanization. Okay, so the first one is vulcanization. What is vulcanization? Adding of sulfur to the raw rubber, adding of some chemicals like sulfur, hydrogen sulfide is called vulcanization of rubber. So during compounding of rubber, adding of sulfur is the main role. Okay, sulfur gives strength to the rubber. So to improve the properties of rubber, we should add sulfur, hydrogen sulfide, benzyl chloride, etc. So most important addition is sulfur. Okay, so the mechanical mixing of sulfur with raw rubber at around 100 to 150 degrees centigrade. Okay, the temperature range is 100 to 140 degrees centigrade. So the process of mixing of raw rubber with sulfur at 100 to 140 degrees centigrade is called vulcanization of rubber. So here during vulcanization, sulfur links at double bonds in the rubber structure. In the rubber molecules, sulfur links at the double bonds. Okay, sulfur combined at the double bonds, then it forms a cross links between the chains. Okay, so because of cross links, it prevents the movements of molecular chains and stiffens the material. The stiffening of material takes place because of sulfur links at the double bonds. Okay, so if you see the structure, okay, so it is the structure of natural rubber. So it is a cis polymer. So I have chosen cis polymer, whatever it may be, either cis polymer or trans polymer. So the sulfur links at double bonds present in the rubber. Okay, so it is a polymer of 1, 3 butadiene. It is a polymer of 2-methyl 1, 3 butadiene, that is isoprene. So it is one chain, it is another chain. Polymer is a combination of so many chains. Okay, so it is the first chain, it is the second chain. So adding of sulfur at 100 to 140 degrees centigrade, vulcanization takes place. So after vulcanization, the structure is, see here, the pi bonds here, this pi bond will be broken, and adding of sulfur takes place. Okay, so structure is sulfur. Okay, after breaking of pi bonds, addition of sulfur takes place, then this consequence, the stiffening of material takes place. It results the structure which is stiffen. Okay, so it is vulcanized rubber. The sulfur links at pi bonds in the carbon, okay, sulfur. So addition of sulfur takes place, okay. So see here, so what are the advantages of vulcanization? What are the vulcanization? What are the advantages of vulcanization? Before vulcanization, rubber has mainly the natural rubber has some drawbacks, okay. So it has low tensile strength before vulcanization. The natural rubber material has low tensile strength before vulcanization, okay, low tensile strength before vulcanization. So after vulcanization the tensile strength is improved 10 times, okay. Before, for example, before vulcanization it can bear 200 kg per centimeter square. After vulcanization the rubber material can bear 2000 kg per centimeter square before it breaks, okay. It has high tensile strength. Then before vulcanization there is no resilience property to the natural rubber, okay. There is no resilience property. After vulcanization it has excellent resilience. Resilience means after the deformation force is released, that should regain its original shape, okay, the tendency to regain its original shape. So after vulcanization the rubber material has good resilience property, okay. After vulcanization it has broad working temperature range. So before vulcanization its useful temperature is very limited, that is 10 to 60 degrees centigrade. The workable temperature range is 10 to 60 degrees centigrade before vulcanization. After vulcanization it has broader working temperature range, that is minus 40 to 100 degrees centigrade, okay. After vulcanization the working temperature range is minus 40 to 100 degrees centigrade, okay. So before vulcanization rubber has high water absorption capacity, okay. After vulcanization it has very low water absorption tendency. So before vulcanization the rubber material is easily oxidized with mild oxidizing agents, okay. How it is improved after vulcanization? It has better resistance to moisture, oxidation and abrasion, okay. It has slight tackiness. So before vulcanization it possesses tackiness, okay, and has high elasticity property. So after vulcanization it has slight tackiness and low elasticity. It is resistant to organic solvents like CCl4, C6H6, etc. Okay, it is a better electrical insulator, although it tends to absorb some amount of water. So it acts as a good insulating material. It is a very good insulating material. Rubber after vulcanization is a very good insulating material. So these are the advantages of vulcanization. Okay, what is vulcanization? Adding of sulfur to the raw rubber at 100 to 140 degrees centigrade is called vulcanization. Okay, you can see the structure here. Structure also. Write down the structure and write down the advantages of vulcanization. Okay. During compounding, the main ingredient is adding of sulfur, and then the next ingredient is accelerators. Okay, so what is the role of accelerator? Accelerator acts as a catalyst. It reduces the time of vulcanization. Okay, so by adding accelerator it reduces the time of vulcanization process. Around 0.5 to 1% accelerator is added. So the main examples are benzothiazole, mercaptol, thiocarbamates. These are the accelerators added. Okay, and then antioxidants. These prevent oxidation of rubber by light and air. So it prevents the oxidation of rubber material by light and air. Adding of some phenolic substances, phosphates, phenolic compounds like phenyl naphthylamine, alpha naphthylamine, beta naphthylamine. These prevents oxidation of rubber material from light and air. And then reinforcing agents. So these provide rigidity, strength and toughness to the material. Okay, So these provide rigidity, strength and toughness to the rubber material. So what are the examples? Here the examples are carbon black, zinc oxide, ZnO, MgCO3, CaCO3, BaSO4, some clays. These all are examples. Then plasticizers. So what is the role of plasticizer? So plasticizers reduces the intermolecular forces of attraction. So they improve flexibility. So these are also called softeners. These are added to impart greater adhesion to the rubber. So waxes, stearic acid, resin, vegetable oils, these all act as plasticizers. Then coloring agents. Color is the main appeal to the article. So the coloring agents are by adding some organic pigments or inorganic pigment, organic dyestuffs and inorganic pigments. So for example, if you add titanium oxide, it imparts white color. If you add ultramarine, blue, antimony sulfide, crimson, lead chromate, yellow, chromium trioxide, green, ferric oxide, red. Okay, these are the pigments and these are the colors which imparted by these pigments. And then inert fillers. So inert fillers simplify the manufacturing operations. Okay, and it also reduces the cost of the rubber material. So the main inert fillers added are paper pulp, wood flour, powdered mica, talc. Okay, talc. These are the inert filler materials. Paper pulp, wood pulp, sawdust. These all are the inert materials, inert fillers added during the process of compounding of rubber. Then what are the properties? What are the properties of elastomers? Elastomers has good electrical resistance. Elastomeric materials have good electrical resistance. They have high flexibility, good chemical resistance, good abrasion resistance, good tensile strength, good resistance, high elasticity, low conductivity, low permeability to gases and liquids. These are the properties of elastomers. Okay, and what are the applications of elastomers? So these are the applications of elastomers. You can write down. Due to remarkable resistance to electricity, it is used as insulating coatings on wires and cables and also for electrical power transmission. Okay, so elastomeric materials are widely used in electrical power transmission. Due to its chemical resistance, it is used for making rubber lined metal tanks and vessels which are used in chemical industry. So elastomers are used in chemical industries for lining of metal tanks. Okay, and elastomeric materials are used for several utility articles. Okay, so sponge rubber is used for shock absorption, water or sound absorption, thermal insulation and also for sealing. Okay, sponge rubber, applications of sponge rubber. Because of its high elasticity, rubber is used for making rubber bands, mechanical rubber goods, golf balls, printing rollers, tubes for automobiles, aeroplanes and bicycles. Okay, due to high abrasion resistance and good electrical insulation property, ebonite rubber is used in making storage battery cases, electrical receivers, etc. Okay, foam rubber is widely used for making mattresses, bed pillows, cushions, etc. Foam rubber is used for making mattresses, bed pillows, cushions, etc. Okay, next, rubber is also used as an adhesive and as rubber cement for repairing scooter, car, cycle tubes. Okay, rubber cement for repairing scooter, car, cycle tubes. It is also one of the main application. And then rubber is also used in making toys, sports goods, and for to reduce mechanical vibrations it acts as a mounting. Polysulfide rubber is used as a solid propellant fuel for rockets. Polysulfide rubber, that is also called thiocol. Okay, however, rubber is an expensive raw material, and so rubber based chemicals are now replaced by plastic technology. Okay, so these are the applications of rubber elastomer. Applications of rubbers or elastomers. So write down the notes, students. Compounding of rubber. Compounding of rubber. So like compounding of plastic, in case of compounding of rubber also we add some ingredients, they impart some useful properties to the raw rubber. So the first one is, during compounding, the first ingredient is vulcanization, adding of sulfur to the raw rubber. So it is the structure after vulcanization. It is the structure, it is vulcanized rubber, and these are the advantages of vulcanization. Okay, and then accelerators, antioxidants, reinforcing agents, plasticizers, inert fillers, then properties of elastomers, and then properties of elastomers, and then applications of elastomers. These are the applications of elastomers. Thank you, students. Thank you for listening.